Hello. I'm going to show you today, or me and Molly are, with Molly, we're going to show you the poolside summer kitchen that we refurbished on the Escape to the Chateau show. But before I show you that, I'd just like you to have a look at my hydrangeas down here, which we've planted just a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, and they're just starting to come into their own. We should have had our son's wedding here in a few weeks' time, and these are going to look absolutely beautiful. But with all the travel restrictions, we've had to postpone that till next year now. But we've got both sons getting married here next year, so it's going to be a really busy but fun year. So Molly, are you going to come into the pool with me? We're going to go down. Go down then. Come into the pool house. We've got a beautiful pool here, and you can sit down on the loungers and look out towards the river. It's very private here. We do occasionally have boats going past, rowers going past, but we don't have anybody directly overlooking us in the garden, so it's really lovely. The pool is heated, although it's not heated yet, but because we've had such fabulous weather, it's the water's really warm. It's beautiful. Did you want to go in there, Molly? Did you want to be on the television? Do you want to be on the video? Yes, you're always there. So a really lovely place to come with your family, enjoy the pool, enjoy the river, but also to sit and have food and cook food together. So I'm going to show you the kitchen. So when we decided to do the kitchen, we wanted to reuse as much or repurpose things that we possibly could. We didn't want to just go out and buy an off-the-shelf kitchen, mainly because it would cost a fortune. Secondly, the space we've got here doesn't really suit off-the-shelf kitchens. So we researched and we managed to find, we decided, don't know whether it was Steve's idea, he thinks it's his idea, I think it was mine, that we would use old house window shutters. And I found them on Facebook, on the marketplace in Facebook, and we found a job lot. We paid €120 for a job lot of old shutters, but there were two different kinds. We didn't really want or think we could use the hinged kind here, but in the end they proved to be really useful, and I'll show you that later. They're obviously all cut off. You can see how we've been cutting them to size. So that was the first job. We cut everything to size. I'm just going to put those out of the way. We cut everything to size, and then Steve decided they're very heavy, much heavier than any sort of cupboard door you'd normally have. So we've actually got barn door sliding fittings, which Steve sourced on Amazon France. And the idea, they're actually rather lovely as well, even though they're quite industrial. I like that look. They're really, really big, really heavy. They do the job perfectly. They hold the door from the underside of the worktop. And you'll remember that we made the worktop out of big slabs of cedar. We chose cedar wood because it's particularly good outside, and it also, the termites don't like eating it because it's very sappy, so it's a perfect wood for a place like this. So I'll just show you how these doors open. The hinges here, as you can see, they're not actually used, they're purely for decoration, and we took them off the other window shutters and repositioned them in the right place. Steve had to make one match the others because it didn't match. I think there might have been two he had to make match, which he did a really good job of. And they just literally slide backwards and forwards. Great access for cleaning, got no little steps or edges. Really, really practical for use for this kind of heavy duty kitchen. We then had a part here that we knew we wouldn't be able to use because of the space. So we've made that into a wine rack, using a standard wine rack which has been attached onto the back of the old shutter. And Steve's put a hole saw through to make the holes match the holes on the standard wine rack behind. And then moving to this side, you remember I said about us using the hinged ones. I'm going to get down here to show you. I just love all of this metalwork. It really does, it adds a little bit of, nobody else is going to have a kitchen like this, are they? That's the thing. But I mentioned to you about those hinged shutters that we didn't think we were going to be able to use. This area here is to cover our gas bottles. And so if I actually, move that over there, you can see there's still not quite enough room to get the gas bottle out. But by using these hinged shutters, you just undo that, push that back, and we've got loads more room to get the gas bottles out. Good tip here, put your gas bottles onto a trolley, makes them much easier to get in and out and move around because they can be quite heavy. Pop that shut, roll this across, and it's all back and finished and beautiful again. Above the worktop here we have got a very large griddle pan for using for burgers, steaks, chicken, whatever, and a lot of our guests, when they stay in the summer, they cook out here. I actually think they cook out here more than they do in the house. Especially the paella pan, very popular, not just with the clients but with Steve and I as well. We both love paella, although you need quite a few guests to fill the, to make it justify using that pan. Tile to the back here with some mosaic tiles, just from the DIY shop. It's nothing expensive, nothing special about them. And we've added a little bit of the offcuts of the worktop for the shelving on the wall here. And I'm just going to go and show you the dining area and the other furniture we bought and made to match the kitchen. The big dining table here we found in a truck shop here in France, which is just a second-hand shop. It was in a corner, it was painted with thick paint, and we actually thought it might be plastic, but it was the size of it that appealed to us. And when we went over we discovered it was solid wood, and it was, I think we paid about 120 euros for it, 125 euros. It's beautiful, so we've rubbed it all back. Looks great, and we can fit maybe 14 to 16 around this table quite comfortably. And then the furniture is just traditional French 1950s furniture. Traditionally, obviously, it's all dark wood. Didn't really fit in with the scheme of things here, so we decided to paint. And the paint colour for the cabinets here and also for the kitchen cabinets is a little green paint, and it's called basalt, B-A-L-S-A-L-T. We've used their exterior paint, which is really good quality. It's a bit more expensive, but it's very good and better for outside. They're perfect with the marble tops, so people can not worry about spilling things. Painted them inside and out. And we always have a separate set of crockery and cutlery down here. There's always plenty things for cooking. And when we went to pick up the cupboard, which again I found on Facebook Marketplace, the gentleman also had the matching cupboard here, which we bought as well. We didn't really need it, but we bought it, and it's actually great for the knives and forks and cutlery and everything in there. Glasses, we use plastic glasses down here, being by the pool, so there's plenty of room for those. And while I'm here, just so that people might be looking at coming here for a summer holiday or whatever, we do have a pool alarm. The pool is all fenced, and so we've actually got an electronic perimeter alarm. So when the alarm is on, if anyone comes through the gate, it actually puts an alarm off, which is really reassuring when you've got little ones. And that is our pool and summer kitchen. And I almost forgot, but I haven't forgotten, are the lights. How could I possibly forget the lights? Just before we go, if you remember, you saw Steve and I desperately trying to get holes in the bottom of these demijohns to make these lights. We probably went through about 20 before we got 3 that weren't broken, but it was definitely worth the effort. We love the lights. We really are looking forward to getting guests back here this summer. Things are lifting here all the time, and we are so looking forward to entertaining here, both on our tandems and turrets holidays, and also our turrets and treats holidays, which we are doing in October. So if you fancy a few days away, really nice chilled out time, or tandeming if that's what you prefer, do get in touch with us and come along and share some of Chateau Kayak with us.